So like we talked about China. So my next question will come from that. China plays a very important role in this book. You've talked about the chai, genie, and the Chinese community in India. But unfortunately, even though we have a lot of things, I think more things in common with Chinese than the Western civilization. But after the 1962 war especially, the relations between India and China have been very dicey. And the presence also looks a little bit gloom. Do you think that there's a chance in the future, and where do we go wrong with China?
Well, I think what has made things very difficult for India and China is mutual, I wouldn't even say misunderstanding, but lack of understanding. I mean, really, there's a kind of Himalaya of the mind that separates India and India from China. So, China is very little understood in India, and I think India is very little understood in China. I mean, even if you look at the Chinese experts in India, there are so few of them. And almost all of them now concentrate on these foreign relations, on strategic studies and so on. Very few really study the cultural connections between India and China. There are a few figures, important figures like Tansen Sen, Kalpana Desai. So there are a few, but in fact, that generation has not been able to train up a whole new generation of scholars, who are really focused on these connections.
Right.
And as long as, we don't have any understanding of the way that China operates, and as long as they don't have any understanding of how we think and operate, I think the problems are going to be very difficult to work out.